Welcome back to our final day. Excuse me, in this sew along. And I wanted to say thank you so much for participating. Even if you didn't follow along, I appreciate it. Those who did follow along and are still following along, um, I'm happy that I can help you make this garment and and hopefully teach you a few new things that'll make sewing easier for you. Sewing does sometimes takes a little patience. That's all, especially when you're new to it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to whiz through a jacket like this with no problems. Okay, and I suspect that since you've done it this time, I challenge you to go ahead and make another one, and I bet you it'll go through like nothing. You'll be like, oh, I made 5 of these blazers, and I'm gonna be good. So again, I want to say thank you for playing along with me, and I do want to see pictures from everybody. If you don't want to post them on Pinterest, Facebook, or Instagram, just send me a message, email me. I'll get you my email address if you send me a message through one of those avenues. Okay, but I definitely want to get a picture of everyone's progress or their final garment. Okay, so now we are going to get to business, and the things that we have to do today is we have to get these buttons on our blazer. Okay, and this is the piece. And if you have this front piece, you'll notice that the front piece it has the markings for the buttons, and it also has a marking for your center front of your blazer. Okay, so you should have marked these because this is going to give you a guide as to where your blazer should be crossing over and where you're going to put those buttons. If you made any kind of modifications for your size and fit in this blazer, then you also want to make the modifications with this. You may need to move your buttons some type of way, but you can fit it up and see how you want it to be fit. So if you did not mark your spots for your button, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to try to find some, I don't know if everyone's really comfortable with buttonholes. Some people are scared of buttonholes. I have a piece on an adapter on my machine. Years and years and years ago, I used to do buttonholes by hand. That's also an art too. I don't know if you're familiar with that or have the capability to do that. But I'm going to try to find some instructional videos that I'm going to attach also so that you can just take a look at those. If you need assistance, if you don't, then you know how to rock your sewing machine with buttonholes and go ahead and do your thing. But I'm just going to try to get some additional information just for those who maybe don't understand or have never even sewn a buttonhole before. So that'll give you a little heads up on what you're doing. I'm also going to try to video myself using my buttonhole. If I can get an angle, if I can get a good angle at it, then I'll put that up as well so that you can see how I'm processing mine. I don't know if that's going to work out though, but it might work out. But we'll try to do that. So go ahead and get your pattern mark for your buttonholes. And if you haven't done that, and then we'll be right back and we'll mark these babies up and we'll get them in the sewing machine and start the process of putting those buttonholes in. We are 2 seconds from being done. We get them buttonholes in and we get them buttons sewed on, then we are going to be golden and we're going to be done. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this is just to give you an idea of what you should be looking at. These are my 2 markings for my buttons. Okay, and on my piece for my sewing machine, for my buttonhole, I actually you have to draw the line, and you have to draw this line, the cross top, the T. Okay, because in mine it has a gauge and it has 2 red marks, and I put that line in the middle of my gauge. And that's gonna be the tip of my buttonhole on my machine. Now everyone may have a different buttonhole piece accessory to their machine. It may not work the same way as mine, but on mine that's what I'm going to do. So I have mine 2 marked, and if you put interfacing in this piece, then you won't need to put interfacing, but since I didn't, I'm going to put a little piece of interfacing in these button areas so that they are stiff and good, the buttonholes, okay? So I'm going to take this over to my machine. I'm going to try to do a demonstration of how my machine does a buttonhole, and hopefully that works out. I can get that film, but I'm going to take these over and I'm going to put these buttonholes in. And I'm going to try to put some kind of reference in this post in reference to buttonholes. For those of you who are new to buttonholes and scared of buttonholes, you know, just maybe give you a little tip on what you should be doing. And hopefully I'll even be able to find one for hand sewing the buttonholes if you want to venture that. I did that years and years ago in my tailoring class, because you learn that. So this is my front jacket, and the button marking should be on the right side front of your jacket. Okay, should not be on the left. The left goes under. Should be on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in my machine and sew those buttonholes, and hopefully get you a sample of what a buttonhole looks like. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to see if this can actually film. There's one hole that I've done. Okay, and you should test your buttonholes before you actually put that on your jacket, because that can cause you some problems. So on my machine, you put the button in the back, and that's going to gauge the length of your stitch for your buttonhole. And you just put your buttonhole marking in here, and it does have a guide inside here where you put the top of the mark at, and that's pretty much all you have to do. And you just want to start sewing. I am going to put a piece of interfacing in between my fabric where I'm going to be putting my buttonhole. Okay, and so that means mine's ready. Take that off. Okay, so here we are. I don't know if you can see that great, but my buttonholes are here and here, and I'm done with those. There you see them from the back here. And bring this up a little bit. And here is the second one. Okay, and all you have to do to open those up is put that seam ripper down the middle and just run it through. Okay, you don't want to go past the threads on your buttonhole. And that's how you open it. You see it's open. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Alright, so now the placement of your buttons. I marked my buttonholes on both sides of my jacket. So, and I did measure to make sure that it lines up. So that's how I'm going to guide where I'm going to sew my buttons on. And don't get frustrated about the buttons, because that's an easy fix. You can always move those and make sure they're in the right place, because you want to make sure that your jacket is not like one end is not down here and the other end is not. You just want to make sure it's nice and even and it's overlapping at the right area. And if you look at the picture, your picture from here of what your jacket should actually look like there, you can kind of get a feel to see how it should look. Okay, so you can maybe even try that on, pin that button on, try it on, make sure it fits. Heck, you might even need to place it differently because of how it fits you. So I am going to sew these buttons on and also sew these buttons on. Now, I'm only going to sew 2 buttons on my sleeve. Okay, and my buttons are going to be the same size as my front buttons. I know you're supposed to use smaller buttons on the side, but guess what? I could not find any little green buttons that was the same exact color. Then I thought maybe I'd do yellow, and then I was like, nah, I want them all be the same color. So I'm going to rock these bigger buttons on the sleeve, which I don't think it's going to be that much of a big deal. These buttons aren't. So I'm going to sew my 2 front buttons on, and I'm going to sew my sleeve buttons on, and then I am just going to make sure I don't have any loose threads, and I'm going to press this really, really, really good and put it on a hanger for my final show, because can you see me? I'll be done then. So I'm going to get to that, and I'll be right back with you. Ta-da! All done, Vanna Whitish, all done, and I hope that you are done too. If you're not done, go ahead, like I said, take your time. Just get it done right, you know, just take your time. It's cool. I know people work. I got a 9 to 5. You might not have the time to do this, or you might only have 1 or 2 days a week that you can, you know, take the time to sew. That's cool. The videos are up, like I said. They're there for your use, and please have at it. I just want to make sure that everyone gets their item finished. So I put my sewed my buttons on here and on my sleeve. You see that? Put the 2 buttons because I use the bigger buttons, and I'm just rocking 2 buttons. If you had the little ones, you put your 3 buttons up there, and that's cool too. This is all you're gonna see. I'm gonna put a few pictures of the jacket below. Not gonna actually see it on. I am making something fabulous to go with this loud ass jacket, which is gonna be loud too. And then I'm gonna take some pictures with my daughter in the outfit. So I'm going to post that up. So be looking for that post. It should be up within, hopefully I can get it done this weekend. If not, then look for it next week. It'll definitely be up. And I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned. This was an experience. The sew along, I've done tutorials where I've taken pictures and put them on my blog, so I'm used to that. But actually filming a tutorial, I need a videographer to follow me around, take pictures. I need a camcorder. It's a production, and ain't no joke. So I do expect to do another one in the future. Just when I'm better prepared with the equipment and the things that I need to make it a less stressful process. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to experience and do this. I might put up some bloopers. I don't know. But, so again, we are done. It was a pleasure. And I will see you. Hey, don't forget me at www.thatblackchick.com. www.thatblackchick.com. ThatBlackChic, no K.com. I got lots of things there, my sewing, my tutorials, my crafts, and just a little bit of craziness in my life. I'd appreciate it if you join the website. There's a join button there. Just click that join button and join and follow me on the website. And you can also reach me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Pinterest. I got a Twitter account. I don't really be tweeting like that, so I'm still easing my way into the Twitter thing. But yeah, stay in touch and just, hit me up, tag me for anything. I'm always willing to be introduced to new things. I want to see what you're doing. You can see what I'm doing. Yada, 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 all that good stuff. So again, it was nice doing this all along with you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.